It's where the most vulnerable go to get help, and staff should feel safe at work. The NHS Confederation for Wales says sexual misconduct is taken seriously, but we've spoken to medical staff who say they felt ignored. Megan and Cerys agreed to speak to me anonymously about their experiences as nurses in Welsh NHS hospitals. We've changed their names, and members of our production team have voiced up their words.
It wasn't uncommon, especially in A&E and on night shifts, for men, after they'd been drinking, to grab our breasts and put their hands up our dresses. It was totally accepted. The men just thought it was a laugh.
Cerys has now retired, but says she wants to speak up because the battles she fought as a young woman have not gone away.
I once went into a new ward to introduce myself and to get my shifts before starting. The charge nurse, who I hadn't met, came in behind me and slapped me on the bottom and introduced himself. I was so humiliated. It was setting the tone of how I'd be treated.
Did you feel like you could say anything at the time?
No, because that sort of behaviour was completely normal.
The Welsh NHS Confederation say they're working with health boards and trusts together and with external partners to create a safe workplace. They urge anyone with concerns about attitudes or behaviour to report it to a manager or through anonymous processes.
I would say that's entirely inaccurate. That is not the case. There is no system for reporting that is decent or appropriate. And actually, in fact, in many hospitals, there is no reporting system.
Dr. Becky Cox, who trained in Cardiff, is a GP. She's also co-founder of a group who campaign for change for all medical staff.
We've had cases where survivors have said to us, well, I tried to raise the concern with my supervisor and they laughed at me. And you just think, actually that case was somebody who was reporting an attempted rape. And it's completely, abhorrent what is going on. It's not okay.
Those I've spoken to not only criticise reporting systems, but the lack of accurate data to understand the size of the issue. The Women's Rights Network submitted a Freedom of Information request to the 4 Welsh police forces. They showed an alleged 152 sexual assaults and 26 rapes on hospital grounds between January 2019 and October 2022. Because of the way the data is collated, it's thought the figures aren't the full picture.
The thing to remember from that is the figures that we've actually had are likely, therefore, to be the tip of the iceberg.
The Women's Rights Network want to see more detailed data to identify who is vulnerable and where in hospitals these crimes are taking place.
We've also reached out and written directly to every Chief Constable of the 4 Welsh forces. It is deeply concerning and shameful that none of those Chief Constables have bothered to respond.
All 4 Welsh police forces say all reports of sexual assault and rape are taken incredibly seriously. They also continually review data to ensure opportunity to detect and prevent offences. The Welsh Government says there is no place for sexual misconduct in the NHS.
As I got older, I feel I have a duty to speak up about some of the more distressing things. We made some progress, but it's not a job that's finished.
For those who've experienced this type of behaviour, it's an issue that they say needs action by authorities urgently.